This deficit growth is distributed to weakening federal revenues, new spending initiatives, and an increased interest burden. Of course, that's the reason why, for me, Coach Jun, I think that's the reason why U.S. government is really trying to implement this what you call this increasing interest rate on the Federal Reserve because they want US government the US currency to be more expensive because they are going to pay their debt using US dollar, right? We are living America is running in a debt economy, so I think that's the reason why uh, it is favorable to the US government to increase interest rate, and that will appreciate the value of the US dollar. So what do you think, Coach Jun?
Uh, Pardon, Coach Max, can you hear me?
Yeah, actually, I can hear you. Actually, I could even hear your dog barking.
I, I think that's not my dog. It's yours dog, Coach
No, it's not.
Max.
It's not my dog. It's not my dog. My dog is. I told them
Okay.
to keep silent.
Uh, Coach Max. All right. Hello, hello, Coach Max.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you
yeah,
hear me?
yeah. I'm listening. I'm listening. You are you. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Uh, Actually, Coach Max, this was just my opinion. Have you seen the church in the gold?
Mhm.
I think the US dollar is bottoming right now.
Gold chart.
So yeah, gold chart. So it is the implication or maybe an effect to the US credit rating, Cosmax. So I think this is
Mm.
one of the you know, contributor factor
Mhm.
that the US credit rating is in too deep currently.
Yeah. Most likely, Coach John, that would be one of the factors, most likely. But for those who have uh, watching us right now and don't still have idea about these credit ratings, so if I may explain a little bit, okay? So the downgrade of the United States credit rating from AAA to AA by Fitch and previously by Standard and Poor's is a complex topic involving economics, finance, and government policy. So, let me give you here some information about the comprehensive look based on the situation right now. So, number one, according to my research, the first, I think we need to explain what credit rating is all about. Okay, so credit rating, this is an assessment the credit worthiness of a borrower. So in this case, the borrower is the United States government. Okay? So it could be a corporation, but in this case, it's the US government. So ratings are provided by agencies like Fitch, Standard and Poor, or S&P, and Moody's. So and these ratings are being used by investors to gauge the risk of lending money. So meaning to say, if you have a very good credit rating, that means governments, corporations, and other private institutions are very much willing to lend money so this government can borrow. Correct? So according to this credit ratings, AAA means the highest rating that is available that indicates a extremely very low risk. So as you can see, uh, looking at it in terms of the US government, that they have previously a AAA rating in terms of like for example in Fitch, no, credit rating based on Fitch. now that the government went down to double A plus, that means there is a little problem in terms of confidence. Okay? In terms of confidence to the US government. So, considering that they are being downgraded, that means there is a possibility that some of institutions will somehow control, the borrowing of the US government. So, what can you say about it, Coach Jun?
Yes, about that, Coach Max. So I think the U.S. government is doing their part when it comes to this, long-term debt. No? So neither the complacency of the market nor the force of optimism of the official reflects the seriousness of this rating agency concern. So I think Coach Mac, both agencies basically use similar reasoning to support their ratings decision. So as we all know that the U.S. Fiscal decision-making process has become increasingly dysfunctional as the Republican Party has been willing to use the debt ceiling as a political tool, Coach Max, and holding the U.S. sovereign as a credit quality hostage in order to realize its agenda, Coach Max. And then instead of following well-established congressional procedure, the fact is that the two parties have managed time and again to reach the compromise at the last minute to diffuse the artificial government debt crisis. So after forcing Coach Max the Treasury to resort to an extraordinary measure, so to avoid default does not mean that the U.S. has re-established a normal and predictable process of managing its fiscal affairs. So I think until recently, Coach Mac, the question of a possible technical default, even if a few days by the U.S., had never been raised, Coach Max. So
Hmm.
the repeated use of debt ceiling still meets and threats of default. So meaning have turned such as dysfunctional and irresponsible governance and practice into a new normal, not consistent with the prudent conduct expect of a triple E sovereign borrower. In fact, another budget wrangling and potential government shutdown is looming, Coach Max.
Okay, so if I may add to that, uh, that means the US government is something like having a problem. Am I right? Or a little bit problem because
Yes,
like what you have
Coach Max.
said.
As I've said, there will be yes, there might be a potential government shutdown is looming, as I've said, Coach Max. So I think the side of the Republican are looking to use similar debt limit tactics. So to get their way as Congress as to pass 12 annual appropriation bills of the government to function in the new fiscal year starting October 1, Coach Max.
Hmm. Okay, so if I may add, Coach Jun, there are reasons, no? According to, based on my research, there are reasons for the downgrade. Okay, so uh, first one is the fiscal deterioration, and I think this was related to the one that you are mentioning right now. This is about the debt burden. That's why you said the debt ceiling. They're using the debt ceiling. No, I mean the debt ceiling is being used by the Republicans, right?
Yes, yes, Coach.
So in this case, based on this research that I got recently, so Fitch cited concerns over the U.S. government's fiscal situation, particularly its growing debt burden, in which of these factors. So the first factor is the rising of debt, which is a growing national debt that outpaces the GDP, the gross domestic product of the US. So another one is the deficit spending, which is the persistent budget deficits due to imbalances between revenue and expenditure. So most likely, the U.S. government is spending even more than what the government is earning. Correct? So meaning too much spending.
Eh,
Then another thing is the unresolved entitlement programs, which challenges the reforming of entitlement programs like the Social Security and Medicare. So I think this has been a very big problem even before, because when I hear some experts, even including the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Mr. Robert Kiyosaki, he even mentioned mostly he even mentioned that especially those who are in the boomers, um something like there's the social security money is not available anymore because it's being, it's being used or diverted to other things. And I think the same thing happened in the Philippines as well. Our social security system is having this problem also because they are using the money to be financed to other investment. So anyway, number four, based on this fiscal deterioration, number four or the fourth one is economic conditions. So there is a sluggish recovery from economic downturns can negatively affect revenue streams. So again, that's everything that we are talking about is based on the US government. So another concern regarding this factor is that uh, about the debt ceiling that you have mentioned earlier. So in terms of the debt ceiling, um, this is a legal limit on the amount of money the federal government can borrow. Okay, so they are putting the ceiling. That means if the debt is already too much, that means they are the borrowing of the U.S. government halts, right? That's why they call it the debt ceiling. So repeated contentious negotiations around raising this ceiling create uncertainty. That's why the Democrats and the Republicans are having this, debate who will rule basically. And because of the failing to raise, it could lead to default on the government. That means the government doesn't have money to pay because of, not don't have the money to pay, but because of the debt ceiling, the control of the debt ceiling, the US government defaults in paying its debt. So that's why the government implemented short-term fixes, like for example, temporary measures and last-minute deals in terms of the US government. And there is of course, the potential default, meaning a possibility that the government will fail to pay its debt. So the failure to raise the debt ceiling could lead to the US defaulting on its debt with catastrophic economic consequence if that happens. Okay? So anyway, can you is there anything you can say in this
Uh,
part, Coach Jun?
yes, Coach Mark. Adding to that, as you said, the debt crisis here in the U.S., particularly in the U.S., Coach Mark. So as I've said, it was really deteriorating credit quality and also increased fragility. So as we all know that as the credit quality of the U.S. borrowers continues to deteriorate and their fragility has increased, meaning they will find it more difficult to withstand and deal with the adversities, including the high interest rate, Coach Max.
Mm,
So, an effect to this, there will be a slow growth with or without recession and a variety of global shocks such as pandemic and geopolitical events. Under the circumstances, they and the U.S. economy in general increasingly rely on the Fed as the rescuer of last resort when and not if the next major financial crisis occurs. However, Cosmac, a repeat of the post-global financial crisis Those of zero interest rate and quantitative easing may be less potent and create worse after effects than the last time around. So as the US economy, Coachmark will have been burdened with much higher debt level. So in short, Coachmark, the two downgrading action by Fitch and Moody's should be a view as a much needed warning to the US public and the private sector to put their fiscal houses in order so as to better navigate the stormy weather ahead. So unfortunately, political polarization will likely hamper effort to do what is needed, Coach Max. So I would like to also apologize to our viewers currently, Coach Max, because we are discussing about these U.S. credit rating. There might some other audience right now that not really not cannot it's hard to embrace
Digest.
what we are talking here, Coach Mark, because yes, to
Yeah,
digest.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
Because
So,
basically
but
the topic is very deep already in terms of talking about the economy, but actually what we are really talking about here is that everything is being traded by US dollar. That means the one that you mentioned
yes,
a while ago, if you talk about gold, if there is a news about the US dollar, then that affects the price of gold, correct?
yes, absolutely, Coach Mark.
So meaning to say, this topic that we're talking about is very important. And like what you have said, that although although this is not that easy to digest, actually in my case as well, this is not easy to digest. That's why I keep on reading, so at least I can understand what's going on. Because like for example in this case that we are talking about right now, the about the credit rating of US, we have to understand that there are implications. Okay, there are implications about what's happening right now. So, implications meaning example is the impact on the borrowing cost. So, this is in the US part that since the downgrade might increase borrowing cost, correct? Because you're already downgraded. So that means your borrowing cost is even more expensive for the US government, right? So that means as investors,
Yes,
because investors will demand higher yields for their perceived higher risk, right? So, for example, I am the lender. I deserve that the interest is much higher because you are now uh, downgraded as a borrower because you have the possibility to default. So that means for me, for my assurance, because I have to, because my risk of giving you money is increasing, that's why I have to increase my interest rate as well, meaning the borrowing cost. Okay, that's one thing. That's one implication. Another implication that we have to understand is that the global markets. So, in terms of the US Treasury securities, considering um, consider the safest investment. Okay, so for example, if you want to invest on the US government, it will go to, of course, you have to go to the US treasuries, right? So if there is any shake of confidence that rippled in the global market, then that means that economy is affected right away, right? Um, for example, to those who are buying US dollar or have or not buying US dollar, I have dollar reserve. So since there is a problem with the US dollar, most likely uh, I would be selling US dollar. Why? Because there is a possibility that the US dollar will go down because of the uh, credit rating, downgrading of the credit rating. So more sell off in terms of the US dollar. And I think that's why you said that there is a possibility if US dollar will go down, it's a buying opportunity for gold. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so that's based on what I think, right? So um, another thing, another implication is the dollar, the US dollar itself, and the economy. So the downgrade could affect the value of the US dollar and the whole US economy. Okay, so although the previous downgrade by S&P or the Standard and Poor did not have a significant long-term impact, but still, as you can see, they have been downgraded before by the S&P and now Fitch. So what we are going to expect, right? So what we are going to expect. So anything you can add, Coach Jun?
One more thing, Coach Max. So the investor use this credit rating to assess the risk profile of companies and governments when they raise financing in debt capital markets. So generally, Coach Max, the lower a borrower's rating, the higher its financing cost. So that is only what I'm going to contribute for tonight's topic, Coach Max.
Mm. Okay.
Hello,
So
Coach. Oh yes.
yeah, yeah, I'm listening, Coach Jun. So that is correct, you know. Then of course, so as a trader, what would be our response in terms of this credit rating? Of course, we have to react, right? We have to react on these issues in terms of the US because US is the biggest economy in the world. So meaning to say, if you are trading, the prices are being affected. If what happened to the US, because even like for example, if Jerome Powell will just talk about interest rate, the market listens, you know, and it will create an impact to the price movement. So so as a trader, what are my response? Okay, and of course, it's very important for us because there are future challenges about this credit rating. So another issue here is that what will be the policy responses, meaning the policy in terms of the US government, the fiscal policies, okay? Maybe that includes policy in terms of the Federal Reserve Bank. So what we can see here is that government may need to enact responsible fiscal policies to control spending because they are already deficit, right? So they have to control spending, and another thing is that they have to engage in meaningful reforms. So in this case, the two parties of Congress, Republicans and Democrats, they should talk and decide what is good for the US economy. Okay? So another thing is that investors and the public, how the public will think about this, what happened right now, what will be investors response or what will be the public response. So in this case, this is very critical. Why? Because maintaining trust in the US government in terms of credit worthiness is very vital for the economic stability. Actually, Coach Jun, if you I know you also very particular in watching, you know, YouTube videos. Me, I really quite watching YouTube videos, but the political side. So as I observed, there are so many homeless already in the US. And another thing is that uh, there is a brain drain in the state of California. There are so many people who used to be living in California. are going to other states like Texas and some other states because it's cheaper, especially on the real estate. So what I'm trying to say here is that there is there is really some problems in terms of providing good what you call this there is really a problem in terms of policies, in terms of giving better economic sustainability to the people who are living on that state. So many homeless, and then there are so many I've seen some shops are closing, and I saw a lot of robberies. I do not know if you have seen those videos, Coach Jun. Have you seen
Uh,
some about
Not yet, Coach Max.
if you have time, it would be nice if you will see that as well. So at least you know what's happening, especially in the California state. Okay, there is really problem on that side. Okay, so another thing is that the historical context, S&P downgrades in 2011, so that was like 12 years ago. It was the first such downgrade for the US, and it caused short-term market volatility but didn't have a lasting impact. So hopefully people will be looking more on this credit rating issues and find out what's even happening and the reaction of the market, because let us see, many people will be selling in the equity market, and if that's the case, if they're selling, that means they're liquidating their assets. So let us see in the next few weeks and months about how the US government or the US dollar will react to this credit rating, and this will be another talk in the near future, Coach Jun.
All right. Yes, Coach Max. Coach Max, about what happened currently in the US when it comes to this US credit rating. So I think this basically tells you that the US government, Coach Max, there has the what we call it, spending is a problem. So that was the statement said by the Stephen Ricciotto from the US, chief economist at the Mizuho Securities USA. So Pitch said that repeatedly political standoff and last-minute resolution over the debt limit have eroded confidence in fiscal management. So that is the I think for me, Cosmac is the bottom line of what happened currently now in the US. Because you know what, Coach Max, even Janet Yellen disagreed with this pitch downgrade, because in a statement that called it, according to Janet Yellen, Coach Max, this was just only an arbitrary and based on the outdated data coming
Mm-hmm.
from the pitch.
Mm.
Yes. So meaning,
That's why she's against, because it's
yes,
an outdated data. That means Secretary Yellen might have the updated. She's looking on the
yeah,
updated data.
yeah, absolutely, Coach Max. So I think we have another topic, Coach Max, no? And we will talk about this our upcoming big event here in Mindanao, the MTEX, the
Yes,
Mindanao Traders
yes,
Expo.
Coach Jun.
Can you tell us more about Coach Max, the update?
Okay, so let me check here, Coach Jun. Well, actually, the Mindanao Traders Expo was actually an idea to provide traders to provide traders here in the Mindanao region in the Philippines uh, an event, that every trader will be gathering. So this will be this coming Friday, which is August 18. It is a 2-day event, and we are really looking forward, for this event um, to be visited by traders all over Mindanao, and we have received a lot of inquiries already, to reserve their seats. And this 2-day event basically is being scheduled to have at least 15 speakers. But fortunately, as I look at it, we have like how many? I think this is not updated yet because there are two more speakers coming from Fullerton markets. So if we may count, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and two more. That means 23 speakers, and you are part of this speakership as well. So they will be actually not they, that includes me. See, we are expecting for the WikiFX to be part of this 2-day event because you have your booth at, I think your booth is at booth number 5, right?
Yes, Cosmo. Actually, it sounds flattering to me to be lined up to those, dynamic leadership that was in line in your, as one of the hosts on the event. So I really felt, belittled myself because I was lined up to those, what do you call this, prominent speakers in this industry, Coach Max.
Mm-hmm.
I could barely hard to to imagine that I was in line up to this dynamic like I said these speakers that is lined up in the expo.
Actually, you deserve to be part of this, Coach John, because first of all, WikiFX is really aiming to provide awareness to the public. That means this is for the public to understand and know that there are legit brokers and there are scam brokers. That's why your mobile app is very effective, especially to those who are using it, because it has everything already what the traders need. So before they sign up for a broker, they have to check first the mobile app of WikiFX. And by the way, Coach Jun, if I may talk a little bit about this event, as you see here, we have resource speakers coming from other countries. Like for example, Sir Daniel Ang, he is coming from Singapore. He is the author of uh, his Accidental Trader book, and at the same time, he is also he also owned and founded the Traders Academy International. And we also have our special guest coming from Australia, Regional Director Jeremiah Diestro. And uh, this is one of your good friend,
Yeah, yeah,
also country manager, right? Sir
yes.
Arthur Barba. And this is from Lironex. This broker is in Malaysia, and they have a very good score also in WikiFX. That's why we invited them. And what's good thing about this event is that we have the Philippine National Police to talk to us about anti-cybercrime because it's very rampant here in our place about the scams, investment scams. And that's the reason why uh, this event is very important to provide awareness to the public. And that's the reason why as well that WikiFX is here joining us with this event. So we are so lucky to have these speakers coming from different sectors and different brokers as well, and giving us the opportunity to be part of this event. Okay, and of course, this will be held in um, Davao City, particularly in uh, Tibungco, which is that's about like 23 minutes away, or 20 minutes away from the airport. So not that very far. I think it's like 10 kilometers only. So depends on the traffic. It takes like 15 minutes to go to this venue that we have. So it's a very very nice place, and it's an air conditioned multi-purpose hall. So it's not a problem. So by the way, so this event was a joint project of Max Media and TESDA Corphil, Korean Philippines Vocational Training Center, in which all of the manpower of this event are coming from TESDA, Diploma in Information Technology. So we have all here, the exhibitors that we have, and of course that includes WikiFX. Okay, so we are very fortunate that this will be happening in the next 2 days. This will be coming Friday. And we have here the schedule. Our registration starts at 8 in the morning. So I believe your talk is at 10:50, Coach Jun, around 10
Wow.
a.m. Because
As early as that.
because you are the first speaker. That's why you are the first speaker who are going to provide, the information, especially on what WikiFX can provide, what WikiFX services can provide for the awareness of the public, and at the same time, uh, WikiFX is very known. You know, WikiFX provides the foundation, provide the information needed on how to select uh, brokers using the WikiFX
Yes.
app.
Actually, yes, Coach Mac. Adding to that, Coach Mac, actually, the WikiFX is really good for those, novice trader who just, not just a beginner. It's also intended for the beginners, also, Coach Max, as I've said.
Mm.
So at least they will be guided when it comes to choosing broker. So it is really indispensable that you need to have these apps in your cell phone, or actually we have also apps for intended for the PC or laptop.
Mm.
So that's how WikiFX adapt to the when it comes to technology, for us to become more accessible in all aspects of life when it comes to choosing broker, Coach Max.
And at the same time, you have updated, like for example, if there are scams happening around, you are very updated. You're posting right away after your investigation,
Yes,
of
Coach Max.
course.
That is true. Actually, Coach Max, no? Every time when you choose broker by our using our apps, so you can also check down below. I mean the brokers dealer speeds. You can check also some of the comments of the an actual user commenting down below the the dealer speeds, or I mean the broker speeds.
That's the
So
good
at
thing
least
about it. That's a good thing about
yes,
it, because users
yes,
can somehow, react to that post once they have created an account in WikiFX, right?
absolutely, Coach Max. No,
Mm.
so they are freely to to check in our website or in our apps to check those credibility of a certain broker, or when it comes to trust rating, Coach Max.
Mhm. Good, good. That's very
Because
nice.
yeah, as we all know, Coach Max, that we have this scoring. Uh, every broker we have this what we call score.
Mhm. Correct, correct. So, to continue, Coach Jun, we have, of course, we have exhibitors and we have event partners. We have the logos here. And what's good about it, Mapua also, Malayan Colleges, it's one of the prominent colleges here in Davao. We have also the YES Association of Entrepreneurs in Ateneo de Davao University, and some other participating uh, businesses not related to forex who supports, like for example, we have here coffee shops to provide foods with of course a reasonable price for those who are going to the event. Okay, and this is the location, multipurpose hall of regional training center in Corfield. So it's very easy, and there are so many ways to visit this place. They could ride a bus, a taxi, or if they have their own vehicle, very much accessible. Okay. And hopefully, we are really hoping that weather this coming Friday and Saturday would be fair, and it will not be a problem to those who are going to our event area. So, of course, to those VIP, of course, we are providing free food for the VIP. And there are food available for sale also in the event area to those participants who are attending the event. So there are small stalls there that they could buy their food, because this is a 2-day event. And aside from that, of course, it's a whole day from 8 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. Let me check. Yeah, it's 5:30 to 6. Most likely it will be extended, especially if, you know, on the last hours, many people will be staying there talking, networking, talking to brokers, talking to different IBs, clients. So chances are the time most likely will be until like 6 p.m., 6:30, or perhaps it could be up to 7 p.m. in the evening. If weather permits, most likely the schedule will be extended. So we are not, of course, no, we are not telling people that you have to go now, because at least they will still have time, talking to doing the networking thing. And that's the purpose of this event, to provide a platform for all traders, and not just forex traders but also for cryptocurrency traders and stock market traders. That's why we have invited as well stockbrokers, local stockbrokers, for them to understand what the stock market is all about. Okay, so that's the main thing. So thank you, WikiFX, for providing us and this opportunity, and I believe this will be uh, broadcasted here in WikiFX live for the
Yes.
last for the next 2 days. For the next 2 days, I think what time is that, Coach Jun? From
I think
8
Coach Max. Yes, from 8:30 down to we extended it to 6:30 in the evening,
6:30 in
Coach
the
Max.
evening. Okay,
Yes.
that would be very
So
nice.
we are accessible, in online. So hopefully you guys out there, you could also witness this once in a lifetime event. I presume to say that, Coach Mac, because this is very rare opportunity, especially here in Mindanao. We are not so much exposed when it comes to this, like a gathering of brokers, a stock, something like that. So it is a good avenue for us to witness this great event that will be held in the Mindanao area. Mindanao, particularly in Davao City, Coach Max. So,
Right. Yes, yes. That's why we are looking forward to have more guest participants to visit the event. Okay, so there are so many, by the way, there's so many merchandise giveaways to be given away. And of course, we at Rich.ph, we will be giving an actual Bitcoin. Where is that?
wow.
Yeah, it's a
actual
physical
Bitcoin. Okay.
Bitcoin. It's a physical Bitcoin. We will be giving away, I think, like 50. So 25 Bitcoins on the first day and 25 physical Bitcoin. It's souvenir Bitcoin
Wow, that,
coin. Uh,
that's cool.
yeah. At least somebody will, will bring home that souvenir brought to us by Rich Dad PH.
And also, Coach Mac, I will also plug it out. Actually, WikiFX have also have a we are also preparing some giveaways for our
Wow.
joiners or our
Wow,
participants.
wow.
Yes, also, and I think most of the participant Coach Max, like brokers, are also giving out their giveaways or a
Yeah.
souvenir,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Most of actually even the community of cryptocurrency, they just send me a picture this morning that they will be giving away some merchandise as well. That is for coming from the Mindanao, what do you call this? Mindanao Blockchain Community Association, MBA, Mindanao
Wow,
Blockchain Association. So they have their own sponsors as well. So they're bringing some sponsors and providing this merchandise which will be given away. Because like in every booth they have their own merch, of course, and some of it will be given to us, to the Max Media team, because we have our general raffle. That's why if you check on the program, there is in every after every speaker there is like a 5-minute break for the raffle announcement of raffle winners. So that means something like in every hour there are winners of merchandise that will be given away coming from our major sponsors. And I believe that includes
wow. So
WikiFX.
great to hear that. Wow, great to hear that, Coach Max. No? So there will be an exciting giveaways to be given away during the
Yes,
event.
yes, yes. And it will be very exciting. And that's why we are inviting those who are within the vicinity of Davao region. So looking forward this coming Friday. Hope to see you guys on the event area.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes.
So any
So I think that's for tonight, Coach Max. Or do you have any other going to discuss or?
actually I don't have anything to announce, and any parting words, Coach Jun?
Okay, so I'm Ken Junyeki, WikiFX Business Development here in the Philippines. So thank you for listening with us along the I think more than hours, Coach Max. So nice to see you. Hope to see you in our event, this Mindanao Terrace Expo on Friday and Saturday.
All right. So thank you, Coach Jun, and to those who are watching us right now. Then see you on our live stream this coming Friday from 8:30 in the morning to 6:30 in the afternoon. That would be on Friday and Saturday. Available live stream here in WikiFX. So thank you,
Okay,
and
Coach Max. Yes,
yes.
we have this 910 viewers currently right now. Have a great evening, guys.
Oh, really? 900. Oh, wow. I did not expect that we reached 900 viewers. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
And see you again. See you on our live stream this coming Friday and Saturday. All right.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye for
Bye bye, Coach
now.
Max.
Hey everyone, this is Axel Rose, your host for MTX 2023. miss out on this incredible event happening on August 18 and 19 at RTC Corfield Davao Multipurpose Hall.
Get ready for an extraordinary event that will revolutionize the way you trade. Introducing the Mindanao Traders Expo, a two-day extravaganza dedicated to Forex, crypto, and stock market enthusiasts. Prepare to be inspired by our lineup of exceptional trading mentors, sharing their expertise and strategies to help you master the world of trading. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting out, the Mindanao Traders Expo offers a platform for learning, networking, and exploring exciting opportunities. Connect with fellow Forex, crypto, and stock market enthusiasts, expand your knowledge, and build valuable relationships with like-minded individuals. Unleash your potential with in-depth workshops on Forex, cryptocurrency, and stock market trading, covering everything from fundamentals to advanced strategies. Immerse yourself in the world of trading through our interactive sessions, where you can practice trading in a risk-free environment. Explore the latest technologies, tools, and platforms offered by our invited Forex brokers, gaining insights to enhance your trading journey. Don't miss out on this extraordinary opportunity. Join us at the Mindanao Traders Expo on August 18th and 19, 2023 in the heart of Davao City. Reserve your spot today.